So for this combo, I'm going to be using my right leg as my dominant side. I'm going to hold the hoop at 11 and 1. I'm going to sink down to the backs of my knees into trash can. I'm going to take my left leg out the back of the hoop, and then I'm going to tuck it under the outward side of my right leg, just to create that nice little position. From here, I'm going to push into a high release with my chest by pressing down onto my lats and lifting my chest, looking up at the rigging, pressing down on my right leg, and pressing into a split line and looking up. From here, I'm going to do the start of a beauty roll. I'm going to take my left leg over my right and keeping the leg in front of the hoop. Once the leg has passed, I'm going to pull up into my arms and send my right leg down to the floor to try and keep my hips as open as possible. The last thing you want for a beauty roll is to stay with this muted hip like this, because you'll end up clunking and falling out. So to avoid that, I imagine we've got a pair of scissors for our legs, and we're going to open the hips and try and squeeze the legs together here and here onto the hoop. From here, we're going to slide the right leg down until it pops slightly underneath the hoop, guiding our left shoulder into the hoop like so. This cradle position, we want to be quite high because it makes the split leg easier to grab. So if you're more collapsed here, it's still possible, but you need a much more flexible leg to get into that position. So if we try and stay nice and high in that cradle, it makes our life easier. Got my left ear on, I take my left elbow over the hoop. I'm going to go under grip with my right leg because it's the leg I want to split. Slide in my hand up into the base of my calf, interlocking my fingers, and now I'm locked in. We can hit this little pose here by just straightening the left leg, lift up the leg, and take it out the back of the hoop into that extreme split hold. From here, the exit is the same. We bend that leg, we release the hands, and we lower back out into our cradle. The left hand is going to come through and grab, I call this pinky finger, grab through and we reach as close to the rigging as we can. Because we're high in the hip already, we're just going to lift up so the hoop is above the hip bone, open the hips to the floor, into this pose here that looks a little bit like a Superman. The right hand comes underneath into the gap here, locks out. We reposition the left side of our ear. If you need to change your grip here, you can do, or you can leave it here. We pull the leg out and we open out into our Amazon with whatever legs you want. Pinky finger back through, sink down so all the weight is in the left arm. Push the right arm out so you're in a flag. And then I use the cue a lot for this recatch. The right hand is going to slap the left armpit. Slap, and you will always find the hoop then. Then you can twist round, replace the right leg, and open out into Delilah.